Hey y'all, welcome. So I was listening to some music this weekend, and this song popped in my head. I thought, oh my god, I haven't heard that song in a while. Sorry, Miss Jackson, I am for real. Actually, I'm not sorry, because this song can get it. Go on, hop up on your soapbox. Ba-da-da-da. The song I want to talk about today is Janet Jackson's Together Again from her album back in the 90s, The Velvet Rope. And I remember this from watching on like TRL when I was a kid. And I remembered thinking, I'm like, that's a good melody, that's a good song. And I just want to break down a little bit of what I love so much about this song. So I revisited it. I think this song is well produced. I think there's a great melody. I think it's very uplifting and it's very encouraging. I think it's altogether just a really, really great song. I'm just going to give you a little taste here, a little taste. Everywhere I go, every smile I see, I know you are there, smiling back at me, dancing in moonlight. I know you are free, 'cause I can see your star shining down on me. Oh shit. So I love that. I love that they leave the melody into that minor chord coming out of the chorus. Now, there are a couple things I want to talk about here, right? A couple things I want to talk about. So you got this walk down. Where I go, every smile I see, I know you are there, smiling. Listen to this right here. I love this kind of a chord. So we hear this a couple of times in this song, and there are a number of other artists who utilize this kind of technique. You hear this a lot with like Carole King. You hear this in Ben Folds, where you get, this isn't, if I were to take a G chord, right? If I were to take just like a big wide open G chord, right? I got G in the left hand, I got G in the right. You can't see my hands, but it looks like this. So you got G in the left, G in the right. If I were to take the right hand down to an F, listen to what happens to the sound here. Now, without context, that might not sound like a whole lot. So, and you can also do this kind of thing, which gives you, melodically speaking, a really interesting landscape that you can play in. So listen to how they use it. They're walking it down, right? Da 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 da. Ah. It's beautiful. Yo, my dog is barking. I don't know what he's barking at. I like doing this though. Woo! He does not like that. Yep, there he goes. So anyway, you got this here, right? Now coming out of that chorus, listen to, there's that, smiling down on me. And I used to hate that. When I was a kid, I used to hate that. I used to hate that it didn't resolve because I didn't understand what the writers were doing, which is the fact that it leads back into that kind of, Then you get this section. Listen to this. Have a look. Oh, no, it's have a look at you. And it makes me wanna loud and proud. I mean, those are those two chords. I know it might sound just kind of corny or nerdy, but like I think that is really smart textural writing. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like it may have come from blues or from gospel. Maybe. This brings us to, I want to start something here. This brings us to a little sub-segment on Soapbox that I want to call Still Slaps or Did Not Age Well. And I want to start going through some songs that from the past, and that I want to go, oh, okay, here's my 2 cents on this, and here's my 2 cents on this. But I want to say this, because of all of these things that I've been talking about, because of going back and listening to it, and it still rings my heart, I am going to give Janet Jackson's Together Again from the Velvet Rope a Still Slaps.
Still slaps.
Plenty of songs out there that did not age well, and there are plenty of songs out there that still slap. So I'm going to give this one a Still Slaps. Thank you, Janet. Hey, Janet Jackson. You ever down in Atlanta? You want to come get interviewed by me here in my garage studio? Yeah? Doug. Hey, Doug. You think we can get Janet? Jackson. Yes, Janet Jackson. Yes, that one. Well, okay. All right. Sure. Yeah. Doug says maybe. So We'll see what happens. Janet, if you want to come all the way to Atlanta or next time you're in Atlanta, 5 minutes. That's all I need. 5 minutes. 5 questions, 5 minutes. That's what I'm gonna give you. Let's see what you got to say. I might actually melt into a puddle if Janet Jackson was sitting in front of me. But anyhow, last little thing I want to point out about this song that I love so much, right? She's grooving, it's going. Choreography is a little cringe, but then they do this thing at the end. They've been grooving through a couple choruses, and they get going on that everywhere I go, every smile I see, I know you are there, dancing in moonlight, I know you are free, 'cause I can see your star shining down on that. So they go from this kind of thing to all my love's for you. There are times when I look above and beyond. There are times a half-step motion. Ooh, damn. And what do you know about? They didn't just key change up. Usually when I make a key change or when I hear a key change, it's a half step, maybe a whole step. They went up a minor third. Good God. Do you know what that means? That means you go from the key of C to the key of E flat. And I'll tell you what, look, C is great. It's a wide open key. It's all the white keys. But I love playing in E flat. E flat is a very tender, emotional, and uplifting and joyful key to play in. And then you get the walk down from here, E flat. Everywhere I go, every smile I see, I know you are there smiling. There it is again. Ooh, A flat over B flat. Here at the end. Shining down on me. No, they don't do that non-resolve. They resolve it at the end. So what you get in the end is everywhere I go, every smile I see, I know you are there smiling down on me. Oh my God. So I just, as like that was imprinted on me as a kid. So then I went off way yonder and far, and I learned music. And now I get a little glimmer into why it is that it imprinted me so, why it gave me such an emotional response. Because they were utilizing these chords. They were doing a key change up to a beautiful key, which then they finally gave you what you've been wanting the whole song, which is to go right back into the circle. Oh, it's beautiful. I just think the whole thing, except the choreography, is fantastic. No offense, Tina. No offense. It's just, I watched it and I was a little like, yikes. I would say all around, this is a very good experience. If you don't know Janet Jackson's Together Again, listen to it. Go watch a music video. And if you don't like it, tough.
Damn!